I bought into the hype and I bought a Meta Ray-Ban glasses. I was thinking they may put like a unique perspective on things. So this is the first day, I just got them, so I'm trying them out. So I'm now on my way to the garage and I'm going to show you and tell you all about Street Week 2025. So here we are. It survived Street Week 2025. No issues. Some issues. Minor issues. There were issues. For people with a super keen eye that have seen my videos before, see that this is not the same anymore. What has happened? Now there is a G35-900 copy turbo here. That's why the charge pipe looks a bit different, because I just took what I had and threw something together. And there is no like intake pipe for turbo. This turbo was not on during Street Week, so this will be, I will cover this later on. As you can see, she made it. 240 kilometers we drove. No, 2,400 kilometers. So this saga starts off with me and my father packing up the trailer, because now we have a hitch on this thing. I don't think there is very many S14s with hitches on them. So this is of a Volvo XC70. I stole the hitch thing and made the own bar, and yeah, it was a project. But now there's a hitch on the Nissan Silvia, which is great if you ask me. I love it. So we packed up the trailer and everything, and we headed to Mantorp. And we got to the scrutineering. And when we did the scrutineering, they said that we need to have these kind of, wait, I can show you on the radials. These kind of valve stems that are metal and screwed in, and not the normal rubber ones. And we did not have them on any, and we needed on the racing tires mostly, but we put them on all of these. We put 6 of them, because if we were to have a puncture, all these wheels are the same, so I could swap them out however I wanted. So we changed all of them and got back and got through scrutineering and got our stickers. This one, I believe. And so we were team 134, and we got another one on the back, which says our class, which was Pro Touring. That was the class we were racing in. Cockpit looks the same. We have the screen and the shifter, and but things are about to change by the shifter part mostly. And then it was off to the first race day of them all on Mantorp Park, and we had serious issues with, first of all, line. We got 2 rips during the whole day, 7 hours. We had some issues with the spooling. I have like a looser converter. I had the loosest stock converter you can get to the 8 HP. But I also have a small engine, and the old Garrett 660, or not Garrett, but the G30 660. This one was on there before. So this is the turbo that we raced. And we had some problem because we could not get the boost up before launch. So as you see now, it was pretty slow. And yeah, all that said and done, we called around to everyone we knew, and we said we need some nitrous in this bitch. We need to get the spool up. So the biggest bottle of nitrous anyone has, just give it to us. We need it. And we had a problem because the day after was Emmaboda, and we could not get the Nitrous to Emmaboda, but we could get it to the next one, which was Malmö. So we went to Emmaboda, and we tried a lot of different things, but we could not get it to go any faster than Mantorp. But we got some testing and some tuning, and yeah, this is how it went. Then we went to Malmö. We got the Nitrous. We got everything set up. I even pulled the hose through the grommets and stuff into the car so we can have a tank in the car and all the Nitrous stuff. We pushed the sprayer thing in through the rubber thing in front of the turbo, and we connected it to the max ECU and all this fancy stuff so we could have the max ECU push more fuel when the Nitrous was on, so we don't have to have the correct nozzles and all this. We can just tell the max ECU to give it fuel when the Nitrous is engaged. And we had issues with the Nitrous trucker, right? Who would have thought that you could have issues with the Nitrous kit that you just throw on and hope it works? So we tried it and it made no difference. It didn't spool any better. So I said, let's put the fuel nozzle in instead of the Nitrous nozzle because it's bigger. We need some serious horsepower right now. And we did. Nothing. It was the same. It turns out that the Nitrous solenoid, which lets the Nitrous go through and into the engine, was bad. It didn't let any Nitrous through. There is 2 different starting procedures with the 8HP or launch. You can either make the clutch dump, or you can make this trans brake and build boost and go off the trans brake, which is the good way. We decided to go with the other way, which is just dumping the clutch. But he revved it too much before he gave it full, so it missed the launch control and went to maximum RPM, to the rev limit, which is 9,000 RPM instead of 3,000. And then it just dumped the clutch, which it broke the drive shaft. We came back, we changed the drive shaft, we were in line 25 minutes later, I believe, because we had to borrow some tools and stuff. And then somebody breaks the gearbox, and there is they have to fix the track, and it takes a long time. So then we are the second to drive. There were 2 in the water, 1 on the starting line, 1 in the water, 1 car, then us. And then it was over for the day, because they are very strict with the times. So we got the DNF. We got no time, 60-second time penalty added to our times, so we were out of the race. We were never in the race anyways, but we were out of the race. And then we went to Vårgårda. We live close to Malmö, so on the way home, We drove to the guy that had the boost solenoid, not boost solenoid, the nitrous solenoid. With the whole car and the trailer and everything. Got this new solenoid, and with all the fittings we're messing around so we could run it. The next day was a transportation day. I don't know what it's called, but it was a day just for driving. There were no racing. And drove to Vårgårda, set up the camp, and we changed the solenoid and wired everything up. And it worked like a charm. When the nitrous hit, it went a bit rich. It went real rich. It went super rich. But you know, rich is better than lean, right? When we went out, something weird happened.
Stefan Holmberg, vänsterbana. Men vi har en 695 i högerbana.
And as you see, the car like jumps, and then it doesn't do anything, and then it drives away slowly. And we could not figure out why it did this. And we tried again.
Han sköter ju sig aldrig. Hon har ett jäkla problem med honom. Han ska driva iväg här utan och kolla, det går ju så fort så han hinner ju inte titta om han har rätt radiokanal. 10.06 för Politoy.
Personbästa.
And again, I think. I don't remember how many times we tried.
Är det Johan?
Ja.
We tried tuning it, we tried lowering the boost, upping the boost, and it did the same thing. The trans brake, which everything is controlled by the Max ECU, the gearbox, everything. And the problem was, when you look in the logs, when the trans brake, when he's on the trans brake, he puts the gas. It revs up to when the nitrous hits at about 2600 RPM, I believe we put nitrous in, and then it bogs because it's a little bit too fat when it comes on, and then it go whoa, and then whop, and that's where the nitrous is. And the problem that we later realized, or not realized, because the Max ECU guys were there, so they told me the engine is not allowed to lose RPM on a trans brake, otherwise it flips out. It doesn't work. Well, and he asked me to send a log and all this stuff. But when he said that it's not allowed to lose RPM, I was thinking directly, this is the problem. This is our problem. When we got to Kyla, which is the last track, we have been driving every day and going to the next track. So we're in the last track in Kyla. We're in the pits. Clicking the computer like a maniac, and then it did not bog. It's just when the nitrous hits, it hits and it's to the moon. And then we cut the nitrous on launch control, which was also not the smartest thing to do, but that's what we did. And you hear it. If you listen closely now in the burnout, you hear the car go a little bit whop, and then the nitrous hits, and it just goes whop. Jävlar.
Nu är det lustgas. Helvete vad
Ja,
lätt.
Stefan Holmberg, 8.52 vänsterbanan, 8.53 på lassering. Och vi har ju banan 7.27 och en jätteförbättring för den säkringen.
760! And finally it leaves the line with some boost. We cut the nitrous. The second he lets go of the trans brake, we cut the nitrous. And then the car goes. So we ran 7.62, I think, at 153 kph. And it was the greatest, it was the best, the greatest of them all. We were super, super happy with this. Because our goal for the entire race was to, of course, finish the race. But we wanted to have a 7-second pass. And I wanted to have a 60 foot. We ran 1.7, which was great, of course. You know how it is when when it's good. We went to the pits and we said, because it's still bogged a little bit off the line, not so much, but because when the nitrous goes away, when he leaves the trans brake, it was a little bit slushy away. So we said, let's keep the nitrous. Let's put it on like a wheel speed lockout instead. So when the wheel speed is at X, like 50 kph something, then we cut the nitrous. And we were starting to look at the logs and okay, second gear is like this speed. And then maybe it's good to have the nitrous for the second gear shift also, and then cut the nitrous. So when we had put this tune in the computer and we looked at it, and we were like, we really just wanted the nitrous for spool aid, so we can have a boost on launch. And now we're running the nitrous like half track down, and we have never tried it before. We don't know what it can take. And we're at the last track. We already had a penalty of 60 seconds, so we're out of the race. We're on the last track, and we have like 700 kilometers home the next day. So when that reality hit us, we were like, okay, let's dial it back. So we dial it back, and then we test again. He let go of the trans brake the same time as it let go. It just let go of the nitrous a little bit before he let go of the trans brake, so it's bogged down and got a not so good time. And then it hit the nitrous again, and it was bad. And then we packed up and drove to the finish line in Mantorp Park. And because we were the coolest guys on the track, we did not bring a trailer, so we had to drive from that track home, which is another 350 kilometers. So we drove like 70 kilometers extra, because the race is only 1,500 kilometers. And we drove 2,200 something kilometers, so a bit extra. We did not need that extra, because when we were sitting in the cars on our way home, we were like, we're done. No more. I don't want to see this car. I just want to go to my own bed and sleep. And that was our first street week ever. The car made it, nothing broke. We hit it with all the nitrous we had. And if there is like a nitrous guy watching this now, please tell me in the comments, how much horsepower do you think the 46 nozzle is? Because I have no idea, and it seemed like it was pretty much, because yeah, you heard the car, it's super angry when the nitrous hits. So my guesstimation is like it's at least 100 to 150 horsepower. It's super, super aggressive when the nitrous hits. So if you have any guess,
please write comment. This was a longer video. I hope you liked it, and I will try to give you an update sooner, because there is big changes coming to this guy. I'm gonna spoil it now so you can look forward to it. I'm not keeping the 8 HP in this one, but I'm also not going manual. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon, I hope. Thank you.